Lawyer Martin Kpebu, why? Lawyer Martin Kpebu, why? Why? You are pressing the OSP's neck too much. Adye chibia ujina OSP konso ade. Ono kwani nipa washe bose ya che criminal country mu a. Onendi ne boshe so a nipa kra dwane se okohwe ne ho yare o US. Martin Kpebu, why? Why? Hey, because adye chi adye seni na asem foforo nko a. And I hope you are all aware. When you are aware, my video, just check our channel. You'll find the video. A lawyer Martin Kpebu, a grantee interview. Say OSP, inviting over comments. Be will make it say OSP ne boa Ofori Atta man free Ghana no. Ombra no be yano non clarify because omonti asieno. And then to us was our neck pressing pani. This is FMS Strengths, and here we give you the latest updates on issues. My name is Maureen Michelle, and you can call me the information Minister Clark. Now I am to also. Now Martin Kpebu confirm say OSP a friend. Wako first one. Omutu share that I told you it was urgent because of some objections that were being raised during the meeting. Inti ene seminar oti he kase ya. Lawyer Martin Kpebu say invitation na OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor, being headed by Kisi Jabin, at the Breno, no, and there was an invitation. I see it in Ajeneno into walk. No matter what, now the promo person clarifying, what clarify a mom.
I've received the letter, so they brought me a letter, like he himself has said in the interview, I should come on Tuesday afternoon, and I would be going. Why am I scared? I would not be scared at all. What I said, I still stand by it. And I hope you know that tomorrow there will be a demonstration against Kisi Jabin. Apostle Abraham Lincoln Labi is organizing a demo against Kisi Jabin. As we talk now, there are 15 petitions. On Saturday, it was reported on Joy FM that there are 15 petitions for the removal of Kisi Jabin. When was the last time you heard 15? Even, the other persons who are subject to Article 146 proceedings. I've never heard of 15 petitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 petitions. So that tells you that there's something wrong. And today you'd have heard Manasseh corroborating the things I've said. Manasseh is written that Kisi Jabin didn't go to check with or seek the help of NIB as he claimed. He didn't do the same with national security. He didn't do the same with immigration to arrest Ofori Atta. So those are the complaints. So what do I even need to clarify on that one? And if it's a corruption one, yes, I'll go. In any event, I've already said I'll be presenting a petition for the removal of Kisi Jabin. So I think if I didn't have any grounds, I would be doing so. So I think it's a very dishonest attempt to just give me bad PR. But they forget that I can also seek media to respond, and I'm responding.
And Tenumuni Ebisa lawyer Martin Kpebu said, lawyer, why do you continue exerting pressure on the OSP? You keep on pressuring him. You just say, Adebia now pressing the con OSP aden OSP say. Obiara if you cramp say OSP once declared Ofori Atta as a fugitive no cramp. No one's hakofaba. Martin Kpebu why? Omobi say why is he doing all these things? And I'll say, the reason ye bakope. The OSP allowed the most valuable suspects in Ghana to flee the country. And one can say, I say, he was being lenient with them. Into no Martin Kpebu, he will continue pressing the OSP's neck till he does the right thing. And no Martin Kpebu. Also, he was the most valuable suspect. Ofori Atta, former finance minister, minimum charges, no ambulance spare parts, National Cathedral, and Sikebia during his tenure of office as the finance minister of Ghana. Into lawyer Martin Kpebu, nasem na simple. Some reasons when na Kisi Jabin go ne ho Emma the most valuable suspect flee Ghana no. The person fled the country. And no na ono sorry be omia OSP ne concern.
So what's fueling my anger is that as I stated clearly, and most Ghanaians by now have come to join the fray. They've joined the fray because Kisi Jabin subsequently came to admit that he saw Ofori Atta leave. And even before the departure, he said he had intercepted the letter that Ofori Atta wrote to the outgoing chief of staff and the incoming chief of staff, right? So once he stated that, and also stated that he had gone to the security agencies for help and didn't get same, which has turned out to be palpably false. I mean, naturally, as a citizen, I'll be angry, extremely angry. And natural fact, it had been simmering for a while because I'd heard, like we say in Ghana, you know, but each time they'll be like, hey, listen, if you go out with it, they will ask you for evidence. If you go out with this allegation, they will ask for evidence. So it's good riddance that eventually he came to admit that, look, he saw Ofori Atta go. He even had the letter. And I said, then that is the right time that he has to leave, because what better evidence do we have than a confession? Thank God there are quite a number of lawyers. I see some in the audience.
The confession
right?
was to tell Ghanaians that he couldn't do anything about it.
Oh, but that's hogwash, absolute hogwash. We've shown that he could have done a press conference. We've shown that he could have done a press conference, and the law mandates him to do that. And he had done Ankwa Numa Part 1, and so we wanted Ankwa Numa Part 2. So if he had done a press conference, and you see, it's constitutional. Asking him to come and inform our citizens is constitutional. You find it in the preamble to the Constitution, Article 1, Article 35, and Article 125. That is sovereignty. Sovereignty resides in the people, okay, and for whose benefit and welfare the powers of government are exercised. So if you're exercising your statutory powers and you get challenges and no other institution will help you, come back to the owners of the land. This is deep political theory. It's not just constitutional theory. Ask the political experts. On Saturday, you heard Professor Jampo bringing the political science angle. So it's a governance issue. So we shouldn't be sitting here joking, please. And so in that light, tomorrow there's a citizen who is going on a demonstration. Apostle Abraham Lincoln Labi. We should join him, 7:30 at the Brassport. If you don't, it means you are not protecting the Constitution. If you want to protect the Constitution, tomorrow you should be at the demonstration. The special prosecutor comes to tell you that he saw the most valuable suspect. Like in football, you say most valuable player, right? In this one, we say most valuable suspect fleeing the country. And he chooses not to inform the citizens and kept quiet until citizens kept making noise, putting pressure. Then about 10 months on, 5th of November, he now comes to spill the beans. You don't have a special prosecutor. You don't have one. You don't have one.
Earlier, we had Mr. Michael Kwame Bodi with the Transparency International. He listed a number of challenges with our institutions and why we are where we are. Yeah. One of the things he talked about was the need for us to strengthen our institutions. And he gave examples. You don't think that perhaps the special prosecutor has found himself in this situation because he and the act that established him, they don't feel empowered enough?
Not at all.
Strengthened enough?
Not at all, Beatrice. Beatrice, I don't agree. Beatrice, if we open the Special Prosecutor Act right now, right, we would read to you that the Special Prosecutor has police powers. So they said that he went to NIB. Do you know that NIB that by itself doesn't even arrest? The people at NIB who are arrested are actually policemen. When you read the Securities and Intelligence Agencies Act, NIB is an intelligence agency. NIB is not super police. They are not the senior brothers to the Ghana Police Service. They are to gather intelligence, but then as part of their work, then they collaborate with the Ghana Police Service. So the people who arrest, the NIB officers who do the arrest, etc., are actually Ghana Police Service personnel, right? So it's just a ruse. And have you seen the write-up Manasseh did? You know, I earlier on said that I checked with NIB, and they said it's a lie. Kisi never came there asking for any help. And today, Manasseh has corroborated me. He's also done his checks. Just this morning, he's put it out there. So it's a palpable falsehood. Look, it fits into that thing that he's a double agent. He was fighting and still fighting to help Akufo-Addo appointees. Pure and simple. We will continue to make that noise. At least this particular case vindicates me. The Ofori Atta is Akufo-Addo's cousin and Akufo-Addo's appointee. You see, sometimes I think the law, this time about every time, go and bring hard evidence. It's allowing too many criminals to escape. Because we always knew it. You know, from day one, people kept saying that, look, Kisi Ejabin can't do this job. He's too conflicted. Look, Beatrice, you can go interview Kisi. Ask him, has he ever been in meetings with Ofori Atta where financial decisions were made? He knows what I'm talking about. Has he worked for Ofori Atta? Has he worked for Gabi? How can such a person investigate Ofori Atta? How can such a person investigate Ofori Atta? We're just going to lose. We'll lose a court case, some of the charges. Because, look, let me mention, causing financial loss. Who gave him that authority to do causing financial loss? That power belongs to the Attorney General. You know, when the Siciliada power matter came, he said that he's not empowered to do money laundering. So he was sending the docket to Ioku. And then he even gave the money.
Demonstration against OSP. Yes, the OSP must go. Demonstration, no. Omato Nidin Agro Ne Fom. Like, why? Of all names, Agro Ne Fom, why? And so they are saying that it's long overdue. Agro Ne Fom, that's the name of the demonstration. The demonstration, no, against the OSP. Started or brass sport or bass sport. A whole model started. Inti emisem ko fo ani abrepa se OSP nko. Ni na ye Ofori Atta. Wakot na US say or hwe ne ho yare. Omba mbeyi charges na ye de atoto ne so na no. Asem ni na no.
The streets of the capital are expected to be busy again on Tuesday, the 25th of November, with another protest, and this time around it is against the special prosecutor, Kisi Ejabing. And Yonam Haliga details what the planned protest aims to achieve.
We didn't watch him leave. We were powerless. That is the truth. We were powerless. We saw him leave, but we couldn't prevent him from leaving at the airport.
That comment is proven to be the final nail in the coffin for Ghanaians who say they are yet to see any action since the office of the special prosecutor was set up. Since then, pressure continues to pile on both the special prosecutor and the office with calls for a complete dissolution of the institution. The latest in that pressure is a planned protest dubbed Agro Ne Fom, questioning why high-profile crimes are yet to see the light of day.
The theme for this demo is Agro Ne Fom. We are marching. We are wearing our red, black. I beg me, I wear my gown like this and I will go. This guy, yes, I wear the same gown and I will go and present my case. And if he doesn't listen and doesn't take it, then we'll know the sort of president he is.
Lead convener of the protest, Apostle Abraham Labi Lincoln, wants the office scrapped and the OSP, Kisi Ejabing, to resign.
Let us march. We are marching straight to Jubilee House. Then we petition the president. President, Kisi, we don't hate him. We don't have a problem with all that play. Either it will be dissolved and reformed or sack all of them. Kisi need to be prosecuted. He himself need to be investigated.
Private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu, who is backing the protest, wants Ghanaians to join the demonstrations.
As we talk now, there are 15 petitions for the removal of Kisi Ejabing. When was the last time you heard 15? Even, the other persons who are subject to Article 146 proceedings. I've never heard of 15 petitions. So that tells you that.
And again, Lawyer Martin Kpebu here again. Hey, neck pressing party. So Lawyer Martin Kpebu has challenged a statement coming from OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, asserting that it is wrong for Director Sammy Darko to claim he was invited to come to the OSP's office on Friday and didn't show up. According to Martin Kpebu, there was some kind of say there was a failed attempt to invite me. That's what they were supposed to say. There was a failed attempt to invite me. Now we cry ask him. In lawyer, I don't know where OSP sir. Lawyer, yes, so I failed. Or saying there was a failed attempt to invite me. And also Muka say invite you and when show up.
In a statement that Sammy Darko, Director of Strategy, etc., at the OSP, has said, that's the report. And I wish to respond as follows. Number one, he says they invited me for Friday and I didn't show up. That's wrong. It's having to say they attempted to invite me for Friday and it failed. That's what you should be saying. Because look, he's Sammy Darko. If you take our phones, you'll find out that Sammy Darko and I, over all these years, we've been chatting. So if their office needs me, all Sami Daku needs to do is to send me a WhatsApp. I can tender my phone. We'll check from MTN, etc. And also our phones physically. For over 3 weeks, Sami Daku has never contacted me. Rather, yesterday when he did that thing on X, and then it went, somebody drew my attention to it. So then I decided to check my phone. And what I saw was that an unnamed person, the person didn't even introduce himself, then sought to invite me to come to the OSP offices on Friday, unnamed, I don't even know. And I can bet that I returned the call, because I always do. I return over 85% of my calls, okay? So and the person didn't call back. So I looked at it, that was Friday. The notice itself was late. It was on Thursday, no wonder it failed. On Thursday, you are looking for a senior lawyer like me to come to your office on Friday. That's too short. No wonder. Friday, they brought me a notice at close of day. It was around between 5 and 6 p.m. That's when I received the notice. I should come on Tuesday. That is reasonable. So it's unbecoming of Sami Daku to go and say that they invited me, I didn't come. How do you look for me Thursday afternoon that I should appear at the OSP on Friday? For what? What's the urgency about it? What's the urgency? What's so urgent about it? And even if it was so urgent, since Sami Daku has my number, he could have sent me that message. You let an unknown number send me a message. Naturally, I'll give priority to the known numbers. When I go into meetings, come out and have missed calls, I'll give priority.
Lawyer Martin Kpebu here again. Stop. Oh God. Papa him said he see me and Nipa. And this last one is him again. E onwa bio. On say yes, so corner say oh bonsa. The obe announcing somebody and say yo me sa mi jina ha bio. Mi jina ha na mi jina ha ma Lawyer Martin Kpebu. Mi jina ha ma Lawyer Martin Kpebu. No say OSP who say state institutions no we're not cooperating. No, you should have come public. You should have told Ghanaians that the state institutions that are supposed to help in the investigation, they are not helping. And no kraka wona ken Ofori Atta afa ne nkuku ne nkaka afa ne efiera swami Ghana must go afa ne suitcase ne niama akotena US or yare for some months now. We don't hear from him. He's just on your adrenaline so beba. Into asema Lawyer Martin Kpebu can na say blame me OSP. Who said the state institutions were not cooperating? You should have come public. You should have told Ghanaians about it.
Because there's some new information available to Interpol. They will take the person's name and details off and the wanted notice off while the review goes on. And afterwards, what? Put him back?
That's if the yes, show that he should be put back. So the context is that currently there is, let's call it legal proceedings at Interpol. Mm-hmm. So they have a unit responsible for this. So it's practically like a court on its own. So OSP, or let's say Ofori Atta against OSP. Mm-hmm. So you file, the Ofori Atta is complaining that there's no basis to have him on the Interpol red alert, blah, blah, blah. Then OSP says, no, there is. They say, okay, each of you file your case. They've done, then there are responses. So if you read the procedure, it's practical, there's going to be a decision. So judicial, well, okay, it's administrative, since it's not a court. Some administrative proceedings in there. So they'll go through each part to argue their case, present what evidence they have. Then at the end of the day, the committee would come to a decision on it. So if they come to a decision that, yes, Ofori Atta's name should be fully restored, it will be done. If they come to a decision that there is no basis, then his name will be taken up. So really, and when I say his name will be taken up, let me correct this, because OSP is very particular about it. Mm-hmm. It's not as if his name is totally off the system. As what it means that right now is restricted. You and I can't see it as Ofori Atta, but the value is the same. Mm. Basic thing is that he's no longer a person that if any Interpol member saw today, they can arrest. That's the real point, because once he remained on the list, and when we say Interpol, so Interpol is what? Police organizations around the world. So the countries that have joined, over 100, right? Mm-hmm. So that means that once he's on the red notice alert, it means that if he was found in Togo, they could arrest him. If he was found in the US, they could arrest him. So now with what has happened with this decision to restrict him. So it means that if they found him today, they will not arrest him. That's the most important thing.
I see.
Yes.
So if he is seen today,
yes,
to the extent that
he's been removed, restricted. We are using effective communication. The key thing is, what is the effect of what has been done? The main effect is that he will not be arrested. So
if he's seen today?
Yes. So whether you call it removal or what do you call it, restriction, the key thing is that would he be arrested today if he's found? No. And now let's situate this. So it's not really about the Interpol red notice. So what it does is to like blacklisting. Okay, so it's something, there's some effect in a blacklisting. But if we look at what Ghanaians have been looking for, which is that he must come back to Ghana, that one is a long shot. Long shot because even if he's arrested today, he will not be automatically brought to Ghana today or tomorrow. No. You see the extradition that the Attorney General is working on, that is what has to be granted. You know, they will do it, send it to the U.S. government. Then the U.S. government will go through it, the Home Department, blah, blah, they look at it. Then they will go to court. So eventually there will be court proceedings in the U.S. because Ofori will contest his return to Ghana, right? And so it's not today or tomorrow. And you see why every day I'm pained and I keep saying that. So the man who allowed Ofori to escape, that's Kisie Jabe, has to leave the office immediately because he's fueling the suspicion that they colluded. Let me tell you something. You know how this world works. Because people want justice in this case, I've been given credible information that all this while in January, when we started saying that, look, if Ofori is not coming, then let's take steps to do trial in absentia so that we can confiscate his properties, etc. And it wasn't done, they delayed. It turns out that in the interim, Ofori is trying to get permanent residence in the U.S.
You got this information from where?
Oh, you know, this work we do, if I had to disclose all my sources would dry up.
You say it's credible.
Yes, credible. Yeah, but I have to keep citizen journalism. I have the right to keep them. So right now, the key thing is that, and that's why it's even irking me more. So as OSP was doing Kukwasa, Ofori through one of his sons has applied for him to get permanent residence in the U.S.
I see. And
so
this,
that
this
complicates his return.
I see. This you are able to prove.
Sorry?
You're able to prove because this is from a credible source.
Yes.
So you have enough information to prove that indeed he has applied to get permanent.
Oh, no, they will release it. But I look at where the source is coming from. I believed it. And of course, if push comes to shove, we'll go into the U.S. system. That at least is there. Okay, we'll do a request, RTI request to the Homeland Security and the Home Department, the U.S. So the key thing is that as we're here from January, we started asking for trial in absentia. OSP came and were giving us ridiculous, ludicrous answers that no, you cannot do trial in absentia. 11 months, only to do a U-turn. So then it fuels the suspicion. The analysts are like, oh, so were they denying trial in absentia so that it gives Ofori enough opportunity to get permanent residence?
Because they're going to court on Monday.
Yes.
The fugitives, as has been described, they are not in the country, obviously. So the trial is going to go on.
Yes.
What's going to happen on Monday is they're going to hear them.
Yes, but the fact
that will be in the absence of...
Oh, Martin Kpebu. Neck pressing, President General among the nations. This is FMS Trends. I hope you enjoy the update. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the videos that we played, we don't own rights to them. No copyright infringement intended. Thank you.